Good morning, everybody. Stephanie Ani, artist here in Concord, California. We're looking at the last spread, last layout for this book. Still drinking my morning coffee because you can never have enough coffee. If you remember right, I don't know how much I showed you of this. I glued 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch of pages together, leaving the glue out of the center of the pages. And when I did this, then I just kind of started to pick here at the middle, and I tore, and I tore, and I tore. And I knew when I was gluing it that I wanted it closer in on the bottom, and then I moved it out and out and out. So I was putting the glue down on the outer edges, closer to the outer edges as I went along. I do have to admit, this page is stumping me a little bit right now. Not unusual. I want it to be beautiful. And I think I need to do a repair here first. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Stephanie Ani, artist here at Concord, California. I think the repair worked. Oh, this page will, always kind of be stuck out there, but that's fine. Look at, we have a lot of strength in there by doing this whole runner. That was a good choice. And I didn't really want to put one in here. I don't think. I might still. We never know what happens with me, right? But I don't think I need to. I think we're pretty solid in there. Yay. Okay. So that was good. Now I'm just kind of playing with this. It's stumped me a bit because what I had originally thought of, that emotion has gone. Which happens, right? Excuse me for slurping my coffee in your ears. I really should have gone and gotten a fresh cup of coffee. It's still my first cup, so I'm allowed. Dang it. I did have to trim off the top of here because it was interfering with Georgia's side, with Georgia's page. And that's kind of interfered too. I like some stuff like that, of course, but my edges are mainly pretty clean through this, and I prefer to keep that consistent, especially when you look at it from this page. This page I want to make sure keeps its integrity for the feeling of that piece, right? And there's not a whole lot of overage on here. There's a little bit. And it's just personal preference. Do it however you want to do. As the book has gone on, some of the original ideas that I had are definitely no longer going to be viable. For the main reason of it doesn't fit with the book. So, like, this page turned out stunning. It was not what it was originally intended to be, but my original intention didn't fit with the rest of the coloring of the book, with the rest of the... I could have made it fit, I'm sure. So, I like having a very cohesive look. Some people like to have very individual pieces on each page. It is totally up to you, and it's your book. Make it be how you want it to be. What that means in my world, though, is that I've thought about this cover a lot, and even though I could do a Van Gogh type with the sculpture paste or paper clay to kind of build up the outer, he used very thick paint, so I could use paper clay to create something like that. That would be absolutely beautiful. But would that fit with the feeling of the book? I think I could, and it's not doing something that's an exact representation, but something that's a feeling of. don't know. Still thinking about that. What I am thinking of is potentially doing layers here. Now, only using these layers as substrates. This is an old postcard. Kind of funny. I'm covering these with paint and stencils and doing the same effect on the outside as I've done on the inside. I think that'd be kind of cool to take this and put it on the outside. And then to do the book cover in one color, this one in another color, and this one in another color, another style, another stencil. Edge the whole thing with these beautiful baked textures, which could be really interesting. That's kind of where my brain's going right now. You know, it's all got to change. It can never just be easy, can it? But you know, we gotta stay innovative. We gotta stay thinking outside the box here. And what are we gonna do? I have stuff in my way, of course. I have this 2-part epoxy sculpt in a bronze color. I can make something that drops in here. I also have some really cool crystals that I could drop in. Don't you love it when you wake up? I'm just grabbing a shawl or something to put on my shoulders here. You wake up and you get ideas. I mean, my favorite time to work is right here in the early hours. It's my best time. I work okay at night, but nothing like in the morning. How about this for the front cover? Smaller scale. I could paint. I actually took quite a few pictures of ravens last weekend. I like the thought. You guys know how I am about birds. I really like the thought of having the birds on the cover. I don't know why, but that's where my brain's going next. Oh, yes, it is. Huh. Okay. So, this was always going to be... Really? No, you don't work either? What is with all my squirt bottles? Anybody have any solutions for these clogged up squirt bottles? It really distresses me. It really annoys me. This is a metallic green. Ooh, this is a very orange one. Something I needed. Oh, come on, where's the rose? I'm looking for a light spray. That's not it, right? But at some point, we just have to start color down. Now, I know that this doesn't have a lot of background to it. A bottom layer, base layer. I can change. No, you're right. That always can change. I kind of like that. These pages are going to have to work together. Alright, let's grab out my camera. Bucket. No, bucket over here. More room! Oh, darn it, people. No idea how much space I don't have. I have 2 of these wonderful dictionaries. I think I've shown them on my channel before. Beauty and love. not, the thing may change. There you go. I did not intend that to go that much. Interesting, in other words, all the poems about beauty, half of them are how beauty betrays. Interesting love, I suppose. They are poets after all, they are men. That was my dog. Let's see if I need help. Happy love. There. This was not successful the first time. I tried it. Let's see if we can do better the second time. I'm just using what's on my hand. Yeah. Got it. Let's see what we can do. Bring nothing in. That's exactly where I want that, but it'll be okay. Oh, I'm breaking. Let's push back down in there. Make sure it breaks where you want it to break. That makes a seam. I need a piece of something underneath first. Usually if I ask them, that means I do need a piece of something underneath first. So let's go. Oh, at the end. Oh, it's music. I don't know which way that's supposed to go. I want it to be the right way. I want somebody looking at that, I need to take it upside down. No, this can be seen, hopefully. Let's keep it transparent enough. Where'd that one piece go? Where'd the flower go? Is it in my coffee? No. No. I want that flower. There it is. Where'd it go? I want the flower. Okay, hold on. No, I really don't want this tissue paper to be ruining what I got going on underneath here. If it dies, I'm going to get set, and I'll never use it again. Actually, if it does, what I'm going to do is fix it until it's right. You know I will. Right? Don't complain. Just fix it. Okay, maybe fixed. Let's decide to do it. You guys are insane today. Oh, remember they said you could pull them over. Right? I have to just remember that myself. Oh, yeah, keep that in the middle. I'm not gonna have anything there. Oh, yeah, shit. Pooh, pooh. Jesus. I'm pushing it into the seam. Trying to keep everything in line. So I'm gonna make this a healthy page instead of a side page because I want to start to see positive and someday come on. Right on. You know what that dries quick. I can't shut the book until it does. I can't move this page until that dries. Because if I do, it will pull up all the borders I just did. Now, how is it going to turn out? It's pretty. I guess I can put something on all edges. You can do it on one, you can do it on all. And let's get this separate down then. You don't have to do it on all, of course, if you want a purposeful discerning. Or if you want to just situate one place and just put it all. It's a very cool piece of paper. Make it in a layer color for me, Tim, please. A little too stark. Where's more of it? What is this? What are these flowers? I just don't know to this. There it is. There's one of them. It's a bird that I don't like. Can I have some bird tissue paper? Ha ha ha. Found it. Anyway, it's around somewhere. So this piece might be better. That's what we got. This is just going to here. I should pull that further over. And I still pull that further over. Nope, I cannot. This stuff gets wet. Leave it where it is. Okay. Rule. Rule. No choice. This page is really curling. There's not much I can do while it's all wet like this. Okay, what was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to make coolie little drops. Okay. 2-part epoxy sculpt. So what you do with this stuff, a little dried out. Oh, it's definitely getting dried out. Oh. You take equal parts. And you can measure this stuff up. I don't think you have to. Oh, back here. Glabberglick. I think we're pretty close to even here. Now, you can measure these out. You have about, well, you don't have a whole lot of playtime with them once you mix them together. All right, we got our 2 equal balls. And it's like a 2-part epoxy, but as clay sculpt. This dries very hard. It dries into a plastic PVC, I think is what I was told. So I'm sure some construction site has this stuff way cheaper than what we pay for this little tiny bottle. This stuff's not cheap. I was going to do whole projects with it, of course. So we're just mixing until all the veins, pulling up, of course, all the Mod Podge I have on my hands, which probably is not a good thing. This epoxy sculpt I got on Amazon. All right, it's very tacky now. And the shape that I had been thinking about was heart. And not a pretty heart, not an ugly heart. Has to stay fairly thin. I've only got a 1/4 inch here at the most space. I really don't want to add more bulk to the book. get a piece of plastic here. And we want to have some sort of idea of how big this background is. I made this little outline just by pushing it around in there. Running the pencil through the inside lines. That's how I made this template. And that's technically what it is. It's technically a template. And I want to make initially I was going to make this where the two broken parts were being stitched up. Maybe I still will. Still looking for it. And truly, my heart's been broken so many times, haven't it? Okay. It's just a little water I'm using. There. So, how much bigger than the frame do I want it to be? I want it to have some substance. I don't want it to overtake, but then I don't want it to be too small either. Right? I'm liking making that sculptural element to the piece. You know, just run your fingers along the edges, how you want that to look, you know. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, now the question is, how do I want to suspend this? Pretty close to the right size. How do I want, what do I want to portray? Happy hearts, just not kind of really where I am right now. So, exacto. I haven't worked with this stuff that much, so I don't really know if I'm even supposed to be doing this, really, truly. And some people are lucky enough to have found their person and stay with that person forever. I keep looking for my man, person, because I think it's dual. I don't think only women have a hard time finding the right person to love. I think men do too. That's why I call it person instead, you know. We're all searching for all of us at this age, out in the dating world, out in the single world. Yeah, okay, so 50% of us have been divorced or more. I think the number's higher now. It's not an easy place to be anymore. The world isn't an easy place to be. I did a lot of sculpture at Columbus College of Art and Design. I did a lot of sculpture. It's one of my favorite classes. I did a lot of pottery. I really enjoyed pottery. Someday, maybe I'll have a kiln again. Oh, that got really awkward. Okay, we're getting it fixed. We're getting it fixed. This one must be going to go down in here just a little bit. There we go. Give it some flair. All right. And this epoxy sculpt comes in all different colors too. I just chose kind of this bronze color because I was working on a lot of bronze chains, bronze jewelry. Okay, now what I want to do is poke holes so that I can string thread, keep those two together, or to repair the breaks. And this is what I had originally envisioned. Of course, it didn't quite work out that way. Like this last. Now, do I know if I'm going to use this for sure? Oh, heck no. Now, I will be able to go back through and drill this also. So I don't need to make sure that it's super duper perfect. I'm just kind of doing little starter holes. I didn't even realize that's what I was doing, but that's what I'm doing. I will take my drill back later and clean up, make an actual hairs in my eyes. Again. Find the one who repairs your heart, not tears your heart. How's that? Hey, good morning, everybody. Saturday. I have a couple choices. I haven't had even a drink of coffee yet, so here's to you. Coffee. What was I saying? Saturday morning. So I can either work all day in my studio, or I could go and take a drive and see the aspens. And I know the aspens are in the middle of their changing colors. Well, not just aspens. Go up into the hills, Sierras. Oh, but you know, I'm actually kind of tired today. I went on my adventure last week, and I want to get this book finished. I am so close. So here's the repair that we did yesterday. And I think that it worked. I think it worked. So when I go through and I'm flipping my pages without these guys, I am actually still able to open everything up. Okay, this is the page that was tearing out, this first page of my O'Keeffe. And it feels like it is quite stabilized in there. I think it was a successful repair. Fingers crossed it stays that way. I can see a couple of edges I need to go through and touch up. All right, so now we've been working on this page and this page. Working on them at the same time, basically because I need to have them talking to each other. They need to relate without being 100%. You know, they don't have to be the same at all. They have to be interesting. But whatever I use this, has to be okay to frame this. Now, as I look at that and I say, oh gosh, that was not what I was expecting it to look like, which it isn't. All right, let's, oh wow, I took off the writing off of the Ziploc. I think it's going to be okay. The coloring is throwing me off right now. As you are probably all noticing with me, I'm just kind of in a little bit of shock. So, this is that fuchsia color. It's very bright. Here's some blue distress ink. Green shimmer. Nah. Sunshine shimmer. Did I run all out of the... Oh, here's this darker green. I know it's got to be here somewhere. Colors are throwing me off, not gonna lie. So what color do I want in the back? What color do I want in the front? Let's figure this frame out real quick. You know, I should, do I want to do the frame first? So then I can see what that's going to look like. Do I want to paint this first? Okay, I gotta put you on fast forward through my thinking process here. Figuring this out. As you know, this is throwing me off also. So let's get this at least painted a little bit here. This is the Distressed Ink Round Espresso. How do I want to paint this? I need to find a little lid. I like my little lids because they're small and I don't have much space on this table. And, ow. Hey guys, don't do this. Don't leave your X-Acto knife just sitting there. Where's the lid? I don't know. Take your paintbrush, add some water to it. This I'm going to want to dilute. This is very intense stuff. You didn't think I was going to leave it that bright color, did you? You know me better than that. However, I don't think I want it to be all just brown. Okay, that probably should not be there. It's a piece of fabric that I can easily use again. Where'd my paintbrush go? That's some blue, the Star Spray Stain Mermaid Lagoon. So you guys know that I have this stuff here on my desk because I like having the access to all of the colors that I want to use at any given time. This amber might be a little too bright. Yeah, it is. Where's my fire brick? There we go. I like that transition too. Yeah, that's why I stopped when I was working with just that brown, because it needs some transition colors. This is a little soppy under here now, and I need to bring it up. Absorb some of that color. Ooh, pretty. That gave us our vintage look right off the bat, didn't it? Very nice. Okay, yellow. Oh, where's my amber? I want to bring in some of that color in there. Of course, now that it has that darker brown in there, it's not going to do it quite the same. Blue. Some of that fire brick. This was beautiful. This is not so beautiful. This is going to have the center cut out of it, too. Always remember that. You know, you don't have to fuss too much with the center. But if the outer edges are dead. Okay, now what's happening here? The paper underneath is most likely getting oversaturated. Oh, it had a good layer of Mod Podge on it. It's not the ink that's doing it itself. It's that the paper underneath is getting wet. Let's see how the back is handling it. Back is fine. It's well protected. Okay. And so we're just going to have to work with that by pretending that we had it there planned. You know, seams in old houses. So I went to this place called Bodie State Park. It was a gold town. Went there a month or two ago now. And the cool thing about it is that the town had been mostly preserved. And it's really incredible looking at these old homes. And you know that these people had money. You know, they're very, they had wallpapers, they had floorings, you know, that were really pretty. Which, many folks back east, you know, you still have living homes. You know, shoot, I think my sister lives in a house that's a couple hundred years old. You know, so in the west here, it's a little bit different, especially out in those old other places. In the boonies, my goodness, it really is. Old Town, though, was highly successful for many years. I think the end of its boom was in the 30s, so it had a pretty good long life. Anyway, the wallpaper that they had up on the walls was really beautiful, but then it's also disintegrating. And that's kind of the look that I'm going for here, is just kind of that disintegration. These colors that are hanging out here, way too white. You know that, right? You guys know me. No, that's not acceptable. No white. I don't know why. Why am I so against white? I probably didn't need it to be black. Brown. Oh well. This is going to get a whole layer of color too. But not. We don't want to do that. We're going to probably paint that. Acrylics. Okay. This page I love. This page I don't. This page is staying. Most of this page is going. It'll be okay. Be okay. Now. Do I want to do a frame? Oh boy. Do I want to make something that lifts up and you can see that in there? If I do that, would we just want for that to be a part of that? I still am considering that, guys. You know, I know I put all the work into doing this. But for me, I'm going to make sure that, you know, I really don't care if I end up changing work that I've done in the past, if it means that it's going to be better. All right, so we've got one ruler width here. That's good. And one ruler width there. We have two there. Okay. So I think the ruler is 2 inches wide, or 1 inch wide. So if we go, let's go to 8 1/4 here. Let's go down to 3 there. Why didn't I line it up here? Because I'm crazy. 3, 8 1/4. Fully admit. Good God. Oh, I just made life so difficult on myself, didn't I? Okay, let's just get the ticks out here. Then we'll do the other parts. Okay, so there's the 3 mark. There's the 8 1/4 mark. Check and see if your 90-degree angles are correct. If this is a 90-degree angle here, this will be a 90-degree angle there. I do wonder where my good metal ruler is. I know that it's somewhere buried. 90-90. Another way that you can check a 90-degree angle is any square piece of paper is a 90-degree angle. As long as your paper is square, you should have good measurements. Is this paper square? Well, not necessarily. Really, you should be taking your time in measuring this, because if you get a cattywampus frame in here, after all the work that you've done, and then you take the time and you're measuring it out and you're figuring it out, and then you do it wrong because you got too lazy to do it right, that's just a shame. Oh, let's move this stuff out of the way. This here. Now, where? It's a good ruler. That one has dings. This one has dings. There's another ding there on the 8. It's glue, actually. Don't use a straight edge. It's going to give you a non-straight edge. No, makes sense, right? Ah. Easier said than done. We are going to come back and brighten that up. We're going to take some of the shimmer sprays. We're going to make that nice and bright again. Not super bright. It's going to be antique bright. It will be goldish. Never fear. I will not leave it look like that. You know me better than that. It feels like I'm through. Okay. So if I line this edge up with the fabric, and then if I take this edge and I line it up here, that will ensure that I'm getting a straight line. I don't know if I wanted a 2-inch line there, though. I wanted a little bit less than 10 inches, I thought. So, eyeball. I know this does not have to be absolutely perfect. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. I don't know how ink got all over the inside of that. Something's leaking. Not surprising. I'm still just looking and trying to figure out how I want to do this. And I think the first order of business is going to be to get this coloring correct. Oh, come on. Oh, sorry for bumping ya. Hopefully you're in an okay spot. I guess I better double check you where you are. Yeah, you're good. This is the Dylusions Shimmer Spray again. This one is Pure Sunshine. Not going to stay that color, remember. I start with the light and work to the dark. Now on the other one, the page that I just did, the page that the video will be up for soon, when I added this brown to that orange, it made this gorgeous gold color. Right? If you remember, that was how I did it. Okay, so I'm purposely making a light source be in the center, right? That green is not going to stay there. Color of the heart should tell us what color that green is going to be, because we want to use an opposite color underneath. Or if the heart is going to be light, we need the inside to be dark. What I'm looking for is contrast. So if I make the heart purple, I would leave the background orange. Well, look at that. That's perfect. There. All that beautiful transparency. So, since it ended up looking like that, that makes me less inclined to glue this over the top of it. And yes, I was considering just gluing that over the top of it. Uh-oh. See what happens. Let's just bring this dark. I think I want that heart to be kind of a bright red to purple. So I think dark here will be okay. Yeah. And look how beautifully it's outlining this. That's cool. Now the only thing that I feel like is missing is something important in here in the center. And what do I want to use? Part of me thinks of writing affirmations. Part of me thinks about, I have stencils that has lettering in it. That would be kind of cool. A poem would be kind of cool. If I cut out those letters individually. I think I like that. It's not a soft, sweet saying, but I have a broken heart here. That's trying to get stitched up. That one actually might work. Okay, let's try this fancy Tim Holtz scissors. I'll just put you on fast forward to take this part out, guys, here. I'm definitely not getting straight across the line with this scissors. Just suppose it's okay, as long as it's consistent with all of them, it'll be just fine. I'd say that I'm not sure what this is for. Maybe it's just for trimming, but it doesn't get a straight line. Okay, obviously, please don't get too dirty. I need to cut these babies down as much as I can. All right, and we're back. All right, clean paintbrush, or the small one. Podgy. Oh, Mod Podge. This is ink. You see what's going to happen with that ink? So this is going to be kind of a pop and stop. Watch what you get on your fingers. Nice. I will go back later and put Mod Podge over the top of this wording. Not doing it with this brush or at this time. Be careful not to do that. I don't mind a little goop, but we know that I would rather have a very controlled coverage over what's on those words. And look at this cool texture also that's being created by this. Gorgeous. Okay. Now, do I dare? All right, so yes, I'm being very controlled. I am allowing some of that underneath ink to come up over the top of the file. It's the poem that's printed on LaserJet on top of a file. The file has just been cut in half and fit, cut to 8.5 by 11 so that it can go through my printer. And I'm purposely allowing a little bit of the grunginess to come up now. I wanted it to be very controlled, not accidental. Okay. All right, I've got this on my brush. I do not have a lot of the gold in it, the shimmer. Oh, there's some more shimmer in there, I guess. Okay, I'm going to mix this up and see if I can't get a little bit more of that shimmer on the outside edges here. I want that to come down through here a little bit more. So this actually will need a bit of brightness underneath of it. Now I should be doing the back side of this if I'm going to leave this like this. This should be being done at the same time. Hopefully I remember what I did here. I think it was this color with the ink. I'm going to get a little bit bigger brush to put this on with. I don't want too big of a brush. There we go. Oh. Alright, we're going to put some shimmer spray in here. We're going to put the lid back on the shimmer spray. That's terrifying, the thought of that going everywhere. Okay, I got this little bit here in my palette. Using it on my... I actually do want to take the shimmer spray into this back. What a great tool that stuff is, that shimmer spray. Pretty cool stuff. I will be getting more of that. I have gone through a lot of it already. I ordered it off of Amazon. I think I got 10 or 12 bottles for like $50. The problem is that they sent me duplicate colors instead of what was shown on the page that I would be getting. So that kind of annoyed me. I want to try out all the colors. I want to see what every different color does. That's just kind of how I work. I like to experiment and find things out. I mean, I would have never figured this out without this combination of things that I have here on my table. Okay, so I'm going to bring this into here. Dark edging, dark in the inside, creating my frame, combining the two. What we got coming up here? Okay. Definitely want it to be edged on both sides, so that's not an issue about it going in on the other side. Obviously, as you see, we have work to do on that other page. All right, lots of work to do. Ah. This page is going to get stabilized. I have an idea for the frame page that I want to do, which will be similar to what I'm going to go back to, I think, and do for my birds. I'm just bringing in another, that was the fire brick. I'm bringing in one more tone in here. It's kind of needing something else. It makes a very soft, beautiful color. Incredibly beautiful color. That fire brick is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, I tell you, it's gorgeous. And for my palette, I will always have that on my table. Unless my palette changes, which I could. Everything changes. We have to evolve, right? Okay, I need a little bit more of this. Now you see why I was wanting to work on the two pages together. Because I really think that this has to be in harmony with everything else. It has to be. Has to be. Has to be. Okay, I'm gonna bring this shimmer spray right in here. Dropping it in. I know I do not like that edge at all. You guys know me. That's most likely bugging the hell out of me. It is. I do plan to fix it. Of course I plan to fix it. Let's get some gold in here first. Yeah, you always hope you're not doing anything to mess up the pages underneath. Please don't let me be screwing up anything else I've done before. Okay. All right. You know I'm gonna do it, right? Of course, I can change my mind. I can change my mind if I don't like it. Don't be worried. This is now really hard plastic PVC. Probably should drill the holes first, but maybe not. Again, these sprayers are horrible. Oh, too much. I don't want to waste that much paint. Oh well. I'm gonna bring some purple into there. There's just the layers to that. Oh. Wow. Look at that. I'm sorry guys, but that's gorgeous. This magenta color is really beautiful, beautiful color. The only thing that I think it probably needs is a touch of white in here, and I'm kind of afraid to bring it in. I'm going to do it. I have the gesso right here. I am not a huge fan of gesso. I've had more things ruined by using gesso on them than you would believe. However, in this case, it's working just fine. I like having a little contrasty, and I don't mind it being pink. Yep, I know it's pink. Very well aware of how pink that is. Ooh, using it a little bit like a alcohol ink, just dropping it in there. That gives us a really cool texture. I don't know if I need the back. I don't think I need the back done. Of course, these are going to have to dry thoroughly before I take this anywhere near my book. And there's a lot of paint sitting on there and inside of those little holes. So, always be conscious of that. Do I dare? Oh, yes, I dare. That is what it needed. Itching. Beautiful. Always adjusting the colors. Hello. Hello, hello. We're back. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, wonderful. It's pulling up. Okay, we're all right. We're okay. All right, we're okay. Just need to do some edging there. Tear. Tear. Okay. All right. Doesn't want to tear. No, I'm not going to tear. Just because you want me to tear. Tear. I guess I should have just done this in the beginning, huh? Oh, well. We know it's not going to pull up the... Well, we don't know it's not going to pull up the material. We don't know anything about this stuff. See? What the heck? This stuff's glued down. It refuses to tear. I'd rather pull off than tear. Dang it. I mean, I didn't have enough glue on it? Am I using the stuff wrong? Or is it just stubborn? It's just stubborn. Okay, I want kind of this raggedy edge, of course. Of course I want a raggedy edge. Let's do this. Let's do that all the way around, because we know I love my edging of gold. Makes me happy. Do this guy too. Really showing up better than normal. Okay, we're going to just edge over here. And then, as you know, we will go back over and edge with the Stazon. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Timber brown Stazon, as you all know, is part of my toolbox. Must have for me. Perfect. Kill the white. No white. Okay. Still thinking about taking a drive up to the Sierras. Could go up to Tahoe. I still have my camp gear in the back of the car. Could do that. Got a lot to do here, though. Okay, I'm going to do the skinnier one over here. This guy over here. Let's leave that edge of gold, shall we? I think that'd be good. Okay. I'm going to take my, oh, look, that edge, just too good of an edge. Like this. Oh, that works better. Okay. Make sure my corners are don't break. Do it light, because this cedar plank, it does like to break easily. But bacon cooking. Okay, since this stuff is super fragile, yeah. You guys don't let me have music on. Due to copyright, I can't listen to what I want to listen to. Can't listen to a movie. So I end up singing to myself, and I'm sorry that I put you through that. Not really. If you didn't like it, listen. Fast forward. Turn off the volume. It's all groovy. I don't care. I don't. I really don't. Okay. But not a whole lot. Okay. Do I put... Let me see if I can find them first. Looking for my mica sheets. I have no idea where they are. No clue whatsoever. I haven't seen them for a while. Found them. Mica tiles. I gotta go check my bacon. I'll be back in a second.